and he had a video like 2 weeks ago of Trump versus MAGA. And then Musk turns around and goes, no, I'm going to wave at you in this fashion. And then he's back in the good graces. He's not a fucking fool.
Yeah.
It's very fucking obvious to me, pattern recognition, space monkey high, that he was in trouble and he was alienating that sect. And then he does that and it's all clappy, clappy, happy, happy. But then you have our own devoid of reality group in the works.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know what the difference is? In America, they're the Westbury Baptist Church. They're the ones that are getting all the fucking headlines and they're getting the attention. Every time that fucking family goes up, we're fucking laughing at them. We are mocking them.
Yeah, but
like they are the laughing stock of the country. There's people going.
We're not doing it enough to their face.
Yeah, we should do
it to our face.
We are paying attention to them, and that needs to stop.
That needs to stop. Absolutely.
No, because that's not even true, because they have fucking solicitors in the family and somehow they're making this shit work. I do like that they're finally garnishing his fucking wages. The fact that he's still getting wages is ridiculous.
It's there's enough anything in that vein, and I'm long enough in the game, and I think you are as well, Jonathan. You'll notice it during your bountiful career, Jamie. There are people who just sit there as an example of what the fuck.
Yeah.
And you just slowly watch the mouse just move around them like a snake. And every day they give them more rope and more rope and more rope. I'm seeing a lot of it in Sarah's work at the moment because she's in HR. And it's all these little steps, and it's hey, a phrase you understand a lot more than me, chess. The slow moves, the tiny moves, the incremental moves of just putting someone into their own place, whereas you wish you could force someone there by giving out to them and calling them a cunt. Tends not to work like that because we're not on the same planet. So you turn around to a version of that human to see, look at me getting defensive in legal language. You said lawyers, I'm already fucking talking like a fucking shop steward.
If so,
you take the model of a person who is devoid of the reality that I hope to share with them. Then it's a different game. You need to play their game. And the best way to tell anyone like that I believe is fucking mental, is to go, I think you're absolutely right. And they will let you know exactly why they're right. Rope, rope, rope. Camera, camera, camera. Journalism, journalism, journalism. End of career. End of attention. Because once the hubris takes over, once the ego clicks in, they're done.
See, that's also why, like, it's again, you actually the magic word you said there was journalism. Is the fact that, like, it is a different thing to report on something that's happening and just say that it's happening, whereas journalism is actually the rather needed context of, like, why this is important and why is this news type of shit. And especially in America, journalism has been long since dead, and it's been dead for a long time. But the problem is the rotting corpse that is being pecked upon now. Like, there are people in America have no idea what's going on. It's so confused, and they just don't know where to look. And there's websites that are just being brought out now that are just like, okay, we're just going to collect all the news stories about this topic just so you can get context. Like, this is the journalist's work. But the problem is, this paper is owned by the guy from Amazon. This paper is owned by this, and this paper is owned by that. It's all best interest. It's like the British press. British press is half owned by a really fucking disgraceful Australian fucking tyrant. And once he dies, it's not going to get any better. It'll go to the next fucking tyrant. It's just the way it is.
How sterile are your timelines on anything?
I have to sanitize it on a fucking hourly basis. Like, I get so much fucking shite.
I actively am happy to see the things I disagree with. That reminds me of what I do. I purposely have I don't sever people. I don't get rid of people. I like seeing the acid test of arseholery.
Yeah.
It reminds me. You fucking saw what I threw in the chat. Isn't it great? I'm really happy that everyone isn't a scumbag here. I love knowing that. And I'm more grateful for the people who aren't than angry at the people who are.
Fair. That's a good way to look
And
at it.
anger's fucking entirely fucking justified, but it does. That lizard brain state is what I believe. Hey, former media student, if you want a conspiracy theory, that's what's wanted. Because when you're reactive, when you're emotional, you're reactive. When you're active, you're impulsive. When you're impulsive, it just leads down that road. And I take a step back and just go. You know what? Is Darren Brown? Be considerate.
I love him.
Yeah. Just be considerate. His phrase, live a considered life, fucking based heavily in fucking stoicism and fucking wonderful. But it's all the same shit. Buddhism, Christianity, fucking Muslim fucking stoicism, fucking, I call it Dublin Zen. Cop on, you cunt. There's Irish Zen. There's Irish fucking, where you can turn around and go, nah, you're not centered, you fucking arsehole. Be fucking centered now. You will enjoy that fucking... Take a moment, enjoy that fucking cup of tea. And you'll have a fucking biscuit. And you'll have a biscuit. You'll enjoy it. Me fucking
You're not going yet, are you? Sit down there, will you? Relax. You're not going yet.
But that's... Look, based on what we know and what we know and what we are and recognise patterns and that of a society and connected, interconnected agreement and all that. But if you take... If you look at the people that you're repulsed by, my hope is that the people that I'm repulsed by are equally repulsed by me.
Yeah.
I really, I know I've had direct conversations with people where I've had dearest fucking friends, lifelong friends, and people who I adore and will support for the rest of their lives and be there for them. We disagree on really core fundamental shit. But there's still the love is still there. And that's what that's what I won't give up. So much people just give it up and sever and cut off and push away. It's like, yeah, but everyone can have a bad day, everyone can have a bad moment, everyone can have a bad week. Fuck me, I've had a bad decade. You wouldn't know. But I have. But I haven't. That's my corner I fight.
Yeah.
Because I'll happily not give a flying fuck. And that's the road where you shut up. And you then that's fucking pick the fucking Christian fucking thing. That's the devil to me.
Yeah.
That's call it fucking Taoism. You're not on the path then. Pick your fucking phrase. You find yourself fucking what was his fucking name? Not fucking Henry Rollins, but worth a fucking look as well. Talk about aggressive Zen. Jocko Willink, discipline. That's not discipline. Discipline is your freedom. That's my discipline, is to keep that. Because I've seen family members and friends and people just lose that. Lose the want for connection. And you see that in the people who, those arseholes. I recognise that and go, you're not connected. You're not feeling this.
Yeah.
Call it fucking whatever.
Get in the way of success type of shit.
But by writing that, such as the development of fucking capitalism, it is what it is. Like it, you tell me any.
Really have a strong sense of empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's profitable.
Yeah, by design. That's really it. That's kind of the crux of it in a sense. Like you can't get anywhere unless you stamp on as many people as you can on the way up.
You can, but it's slower.
Yeah. Slower. It's also like the fact, like sometimes you're just happy with your lot. Like some people don't want to be a fucking media moguls or fucking multimillionaires because that doesn't interest them. But the fact that there is enough people to want that unfortunately ruins it for everyone else. Especially considering that, if you're also very fucking heavily political, you don't have anyone backing for the good guys in this equation. They're all inherently selfish people because that's the way they're designed. You're not you're not taking over a newspaper for the good of mankind. You're doing it because you have a fucking political point you want to get across.
Between between here's an example. I kind of look at it like this. I said, as you're saying, ambition is a mission, and I'm not part of a military. You know, I'm not that. But the people who are military complex brains, and that's fine. Hey, it's needed. But between the two of you, individually, if you walk towards a public building and someone is at the door while you're at the door, do you step aside? I know, you go ahead. Or do you push past?
Yeah.
Who's the asshole there? Who's the asshole in that moment? Or do you go, oh no, hold on a minute. Yeah, you go ahead. No matter at all. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. We're going to die of fucking dysentery if we don't make a decision. That doesn't get you anywhere either. But, oh no, you go. No, you go. No, I go. No, you go. We may as well kiss. It's...
While we're here. Like. Yeah.
But then... I relay it back to storytelling. That's a comedy, and that's nice. Yeah. And then, but there's no drama there. So you go, if you go, I know you go ahead. What the fuck do you mean you go ahead? What do you makes you think? Oh, there's drama. But why are you? Hold on a minute. What's going on there? Come here. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It's grand. It's just. Could you imagine? Pick your fucking villain, right? Andrew Tate, Donald Trump, Enoch Burke, fucking Ellen DeGeneres. No, Elon Musk. Fucking pick your villain, right?
Yeah.
You know how they would handle that situation. Or what they would tweet about that situation. You fuckers, like.
Well, again, depending, considering you're Caucasian, I think you'll probably be alright.
As it happens. Possibly easily seen because my beautiful pallor reflects the light. You might see me coming. I have my hood down. I might be in brooding mode. You might not see me. I'm an awful ninja, you see. I can get you. But that moment, like both of you know the situation where you stand in at a door or at a hallway or at a thing, and you know based on your lived experience what you would rather do in that moment versus what you actually do. And there's a decision, there's a choice, and I don't think the disconnected have a choice for whatever reason. Survival or ambition, whatever it is. There's people who don't think that weakness and softness and a gentleness is the choice, because they don't have that choice. Because it's life or death. It's black and white. It's stark. It's harsh.
You make it sound like that they're making the choice.
I don't think they have a choice.
Okay, yeah.
I don't believe they. I think
it's a pathological selfishness that they never even consider it. It's just the path where they're walking, and they'll walk there, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah. I think it's actually I think that the one person actually summarized it best it's actually Charlie Chaplin in the Dictator movie, and he just says, "Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men."
These machine hearts.
Yeah. Like that's what you're describing there. Is like, and they're all part of the same cycle of outrage, of complaining, of rah and people and to be the villain of the week type of thing. But they know that the villain of the week. That's kind of why they're doing it, because they don't see themselves as the villains of the story. They see themselves as like, I am the story.
That's the trick. About me. No one's the villain.
Yeah.
No one's a villain in their own story. Everyone will want to colour themselves beautiful at all times and every day of the week, and it's true, we're all lovely at the end. The same person who I would call an antithesis of me would look at me like weak, fucking woke, fucking soft. Then you raise a child like that, you let your son all of these things and all the survive, you've seen the rhetoric.
Yeah,
I've seen the rhetoric.
And
it's fine, but it is in fact by the twist of the language rhetorical, because there's no conversation, there's no share, there's no sharing, there's not a share, there's not a connection there. And I see rhetoric and I go, well, at least make it sound good.
Yeah.
At least make it hit my ear well or make it look nice. I mean, I think now a joke for the sake of a joke, but I think Musk would have got away with it if he had Daisy Dukes on. You know, he looks like a melted fucking human, but you
His
know,
body geometry, no. I mean, he looks like a Cybertruck, which is probably why he designed it that way.
yeah, he's not. He's not my type anyway. Anyway,
Angular. He's very
Yeah.
angular. Yeah.
I wish he was fucking actually angular, like we could use him as fucking chum. But it's, and yeah, if I was and I had a moment, and I know the moment, and it really fucking galvanized my philosophy. If Elon and me were stuck at the door, I'd let him walk through.
Interesting.
I was like, that's my faith, my belief, my tenant. That's my thing.
If I was at a door with any of those cunts, I'd let them all walk through first, because no fucking way am I giving them my back.
Different approach. But
Whereas I would love to do that kind of like, I accidentally like, oh, was that your finger? Oh, gee, I'm so sorry. Can I do anything for you? Like,
What
that would be my kind of little act of rebellion. It's like, oh, was that your finger I accidentally sliced off there? Well, that's an awful shame. But was that my dog I fed your finger to? Oh, I'm having such a fucking horrible day.
that's
Days
now,
I hate when this comes up,
But what I'd love to do is, here we are standing at a door, and you're a cunt. That's great, isn't it? Are you continuously trying to walk in front of me? Well, that's nice for you.
That's the saying. But again, that's the difference.
You need the water bottle there, though. That's the thing. You may not have it access to. But there was. Do you remember the fella who killed our country? Pick your person, but there's a fella.
Which one?
Yeah,
which one?
Yeah. The Teflon Taoiseach. That one in particular was he was my first enemy. It was my first true hate, born out of my first true love. Teflon. There was a very quiet moment I had in front of Bertie Ahern in a very, very controlled environment where I had the opportunity to tell him exactly what I wanted to tell him in a building where there was a plaque on the wall with his name on it. And I had this quiet moment, and I realized in that moment that I am either a bitch, a coward, or too fucking nice. And you just realize it. You go, maybe that's why I don't like Seth Rollins. I don't, in fact, want to burn it down. There's just that little bit, and fucking Sarah tells me I'm too nice. It's like, you know what, grand, I'd rather be too nice than too fucking Nazi.
And again, given the choice, I'd rather the former than the latter. Like, the latter is so much worse than, like,
for want of a turn of a phrase, any Nazi is too much Nazi.
Yeah. The whole point.
There's not an edge. That noise gate opens real. That fucking gate opens real quick, and the sheep fly out real fast.
And those sheep are fucking weird, by the way.
The mutton heads that they are. It's just. But they're in. Can you have an opinion? Can you have an opinion? Can you have an opinion of something as easy as Nazis bad? Yeah. There you go.
Apparently nowadays,
We all need to be on the same page with that shit.
Yeah.
But then in turn, the German National Party was born out of lies. Lies and propaganda.
Yes.
Sorry, Twitter. And people believe it. People believe a lie. I saw a beautiful thing today where it was a transgender man married himself. That's a sentence. Half of that sentence I don't care about. The other half of the sentence, I think you're a bit of a wanker.
And there's the DDT.
And that's, you can have an opinion on both. I don't care about the fucking. I don't care about
The
a
descriptor
person.
wasn't needed.
I don't care.
Person marries themselves.
Person.
That's the story.
Yeah, that's the
exactly.
that's the wanker bit.
Yeah.
I don't what? And then I read it, and it was a lovely little quote. And at a time when so many people are rushing to find another person, you will actually find the love of your life in the mirror. I was like, oh, that's kind of nice and narcissistic.
Very.
It can be both things. It can be narcissistic. It can be both things. But that same prompt, I saw someone on my timeline vitriolically reject it, where I turned around and went, that's kind of complex. And as it turns out, that picture that was used for that caption was a French person, not an Irish person. Fascinating. It took a Google Lens search to figure that out. But I took the moment going, this seems like bullshit. Click.
Oh, look.
But why? A reaction, a click, a comment went into the comments of the original picture. You know, Facebook, click the picture, look at the comments. Most of, if not all of them, anti-trans, anti-gender identity, anti. No one going, well, at least they're happy. Fascinating.
But that's what I'm saying. The internet doesn't want you to be happy. Like, that's the thing. Again, the internet, I think, is bred on the fact that, like, it wants conflict because conflict is better for the internet model, which really is it. But again, that's not the internet's fault. That's us. That's human society.
That's us boiled, right? That's our basic.
That's a base. Our base function, exactly. But yeah, we're gonna leave it here, lads, because Shawn Michaels is now world champion. We did it.
Gonna say No Way Out just ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.